All right. The next question is coming in from Carl in Colorado. He said, can you guide me to where I can find information on the cost of converting an office property to residential? What type of office building will be best for conversion?
Okay, so generally speaking, the best to convert are the ones that are running at very low occupancy as offices, but there is demand as residential, if that's your goal, is to turn it. So you have to do certain calculation. First of all, look at the location. Location is your guide. Number two, what's the cost to acquire that property? It's going to cost me $2 million to acquire that office building. It's a small office building. Okay, so that's the cost to acquire. What's the cost to convert it from office to residential? And the most important thing for you to look at is the layout. Look at the layout, because I've looked at a building one time to convert into either residential or hotel, but the entire office building was laid out like columns every 20 feet, windows that did not open, too much space from wall to wall. It just was like, the layout was a nightmare. And I understood finally why I was going to acquire it at below replacement cost, because it would have been cheaper in many cases to just get the land, get the permit, and start building from the ground up to build your own residential. Now, which one would be best? The ones that actually would calculate the third thing, cost to acquire, cost to convert, and then how long is it going to take? Because that time increases the cost on both, because you have holding costs. So if it's whether your money or if you're a real estate fund, the holding cost, a lot of people don't calculate that holding cost properly, and it ends up just killing them. And if you think it's going to take 2 years, put another 6 months to a year contingency. Because permits, everything since COVID has taken longer with any government organization. You want an inspection, you want a permit, you want an approval. If it's going to go through the government, it's going to take longer. It's on Biden time, like a lot of stuttering and a lot of delays, a lot of confusion. You don't know if they're coming or going. It's unbelievable. So
about zoning, Sharif.
Yes, zoning also. So you're going to have to actually figure out the permit, the time to get the permit and the construction. So you're going to go and say, can I convert this? Because the city may say, no, we have enough residential. But really, it's not going to be a problem if you do residential, because there is such a shortage. You can Google this. December, when we finished 2022, they announced there was 3 million housing shortages. This is just, I know the market is bad and all this, but I mean, you're going to get some residential, you're going to actually rent, especially if you do low income housing, etc. So look at the layout, look at the location, what's the need there, how much is going to cost to acquire the building, cost to actually convert it, and how long it's going to take. And if the numbers make sense, wonderful. But compare also to buying land and developing, because sometimes the cost of conversion, if you get the location downtown, which are very desirable to convert from office that's not being fully occupied to residential, oh my gosh, you can get smaller residential units and you rent them at a good price. But the cost per square foot to acquire that building is crazy. I would say make sure you're getting it way below replacement cost and the numbers make sense from beginning to end. The due diligence, the beauty about due diligence is 80% of the work is done before you get in. And be realistic. Every person that approached me about a deal that they wanted me to be investing in, which I don't do other people's deals. I mean, I have my own deal. I have plenty of deals I get directly from banks, etc. But usually they present like the best case scenario. It's like when you buy insurance, they tell you invest so much in this and we guarantee you this is this. They present to you the best case scenario. If you read the fine lines, they're going to say, but the minimum we'll pay is 2%, the minimum will do this, and you may lose money this way and that way. And the premiums are so high. It's like, so you have to look at the numbers very carefully and make sure you know what you're doing. If there is demand for residential, you got the right contractor, because that contractor is going to be the most important factor for your success.